Hello! So in this one we're just going to start putting Agatha's wheels back on, get stuff back together, ready to hopefully get her on the road. But what I want to do, I've got a set of mud flaps, the unprofessionally reaches behind, new old stock Allegro mud flaps for the back, been after a set for a while. Going to clean the inside of the arches out. There's a bit of surface rust in there. Going to stone chip in there and fit the mud flaps, hopefully in this video anyway. Probably put the mud flaps on first to get the holes, then stone chip it, and then put the mud flaps back on if you follow me, so that the rust protection is there. But yeah, there's a bit of surface rust under the arches, so clean that up first, get these flaps drilled and located, and we'll go from there. So yeah, sorry it's not very thrilling, but we're getting them back together slowly. Okay, so if I show you under the arch, obviously it would be nice to have it all yellow. That's not going to happen. You can see it's had some welding done at one time in that corner, and it's going a bit surface rusty. And the issue I've got in this corner is part of the arch there has actually rusted away, which is unfortunate because that's where the mud flaps are going to mount. But we'll do something, we'll get them on somehow. So yeah, first job is going to clean all this up with a brush. I don't know how much you'll see of this and how interesting it is. Not very is the word, but yeah, gives me a chance to have a little catch up, doesn't it? So yeah, under here is obviously the original paint, and there's not a lot wrong with that. It's just dirty with a bit of so a bit of it's come off in areas, if you can see through the dust. So this is the main issue, this bottom corner. I think I'm gonna clean up, and I'm just gonna black in here, I think, and leave that. That's my plan. I don't want to get the loose off. You know. Yeah, it's had a really crappy patch welded on at one time at the back, I guess, when it was a £50 car. Some say it still is a £50 car. Yeah, definitely not going to do the inner arch here. That's just, it really is just dried on dirt on top of the original yellow paint. I don't really want to black all that. I'm definitely just going to do these corners, I think. Yeah, let's say definitely the worst part there, but it is what it is. Right. Yeah, I've just took the plastic cap off here just to get in better. The arch isn't great, if I'm honest. The plastic cap hides many sins, and underneath there's just flaky crap by the it's solid, but if I'm going to do the stone chip, I might as well just get the jacking point. Yeah, can you see there where I've cleaned that up? It's a really badly welded patch, which actually just looks like it's been placed in and covered in gloop, if I'm honest. And in the corner there, you can see where there's still a little hole. So that really wants fetching out and doing properly, which I'm not going to do. I might end up getting that properly done, I think. Especially, it's like I say, these arches want a bit of TLC. You see, this one's cutting out and a plate putting on. That's not going to happen at the moment. Yeah, I'm just going to, I don't want to use the word bodge, but I think I'm going to just have to stone chip over that and worry about it either later in the year or something. I've opened a little can of worms that if I start poking that, we'll have a hub nut situation where you keep picking and it's a big hole, and I'm not doing that. I'd rather just cover it up for now and get it looked at properly, I think. What you may also be able to see here is, I think I did fart about with this when I got the car. It looks like there's a bit of rust coming there. I can't remember whether it was like that or whether I just sanded it down roughly. But yeah, definitely this arch needs a bit of attention, and I'm of the firm belief that I'll only make it worse if I start digging it out. And I don't really want to do that this year, if that makes sense, or at least not until the nicer weather when we can do it outside. So I'm going to leave that piece alone 100% and just cover that up, because I figure it'll have to be dug out anyway. Yeah, I've just wet that, by the way, wiped all the dust off. Clearly that's where it's had a patch before, and I obviously blacked that when I first got the car, if I remember rightly. Right, so like I say, what we'll do first is mount the mud flap. I am going to have to get this repaired, but it's I keep repeating myself, it's not going to get done at the moment. The issue is obviously the mud flap. This should carry on round and be totally flat, and the mud flap should screw onto it. It's got 5 holes. You drill through it, and there are in effect 2 of them missing there. So what I think I might do, I might make a bracket there and just fasten it through like an L-shaped bracket, so at least there's something there, and just drill that solid part. It is a bit of a bodge, but I certainly haven't got the skills to make that part and weld it in, and I just don't want to wait to do it. You know, like I say, I can get this done in the summer. Won't take no getting off. Part of me is therefore tempted to leave this side alone. This is still pretty good, so I might just leave this side alone, just put the mud flap on, to be honest, and just paint the other side where it's rusty. But that said, that'll need cutting out. Yeah, there's always something that changes your plan, isn't there? Alright, so I've seen a lot of Allegros where these seem to kick out a bit and don't look straight. It looks to me like there's quite a natural way that it should fit. These sit in the middle, and then where the piece disappears, if it was still there, that would actually still be on the lip. So it looks to me like it just sits square like that. I think we'll go for that. So I'm going to drill one of these out first to hold it, and then try and make a little bit of a bracket, I think. The usual barky dog over the back of the house. I tell you what, them people who live there, if you watch this, you're pricks. Their dog barks all the time. It's absolutely pissing down with rain, and the dog's out, as you do. It gets on my tits. Anyway, very unlike me to moan, I know. So you can see how that is your basic mounting kit. You're following the contour of the arch that doesn't exist anymore. And it's just a 5mm drill and bolt it on. So we'll have a look at that. I don't know what you'll see of this. I'm just going to stick the first hole in and see what we've got. Let's have a look. We've got a little mark, yes we have. It's actually in the centre as well. Very solid up the top here, obviously. Well, my cock's fucking sharper than that. Bear with. Come on, you fucker. Can't even see it on this camera. The bolts are very fiddly, very short, they're only just long enough. But I don't suppose they need to be that big, do they? I think I'll definitely get 3 in anyway, of how they're supposed to be. And like I say, make a little bracket. Make a little bracket there, I think. Let's try and get that one. It's bloody strong metal, I'll give it that. Okay, so the 3 are holding it really good anyway, but it's a bit flappy at the end. So I think rather than put a self-made bracket right in that corner, I'm going to put one in the middle of the 2 and just call it quits at that, because I don't think it's going anywhere anyway. It's just going to flap about a bit, but if I go a bit too close to the corner, I think it'll collect the crap and won't run out, whereas if I go somewhere in the middle, it'll... That's my theory anyway. Okay, so I've got a little L-shaped bracket, which I'm just going to drill. That was about 4.5mm, it needs to be 5. I'll do something with that. But Heather's just bought me a cup of tea, which is nice, so I'll drink that. So, this is old school, this. I'm filming on a mobile. Heather's got the other camera doing a camper video. Yeah, while I'm having my cup of tea, I did put on the community post last night. It's Saturday as I'm doing this, don't know what the date is. I'll stick it underneath. 15th? No, it can't be, can it? Oh, it's later than that, isn't it? That was bloody Valentine's Day +1. I don't know what day it is. Anyway, I'll stick it underneath. Last night, Ian, one of the subscribers to the channel, had seen the video where I showed you the rack in and when the Land Rover had gone, and said, "Oh, Maestro engine, I'll have that." And he drove all the way from Carlisle to fetch that yesterday, and he was it was quite freaky. He obviously found it strange talking to someone that he'd watched on the telly. I get it, sort of, but such a little channel, I don't get it. But anyway, he insisted on having a selfie with me and Agatha in front of the car in the garage, which was really hilarious. But he's Scottish, so you've got to forgive him, I suppose. Cheers, Ian. Alright, so if you can see what I've done, I've drilled a hole in between the 2. And then that there, can you see? Where that gloopy crap is, will still allow it to run out in the corner. And then underneath, I've got my little bracket, which you won't see. I'm just going to drill a tiny pilot hole and put a self-tapper in that. And that's as good as I can do with a wanky wheel arch. But when you look closely, there are holes filled everywhere down here, look. So sometimes it's best not to look at things. It's very difficult when I haven't got a tripod, this. But you get the idea. I'm going to screw that in. So, is it a bodge or is it an engineering solution? It's the best I can do at the moment. So I call it a bodge. No, engineering solution. Heather taught me that. Anyway, that's all good. It's on, it's not going anywhere. I'm happy enough with that. Like I say, you can do too much. If I'd start digging that out, I'd have 2 massive holes and a car off the road till I could get round to having it welded properly. And I don't want to do that at the moment. Don't forget, at some point in time, this will be going back to GE to have all the back end done properly. And as I've been thinking on this, why wouldn't I just wait until I had it all done? There's rust everywhere when you look. See that? Why wouldn't I just have it all done properly like I did with the front end and just put up with it for now? I mean, we use it for 2 or 3 months of the year in the summer and then it comes in the garage. what's going to hurt? It's not going to get, well, it's going to get worse, but it's not going to get any worse than it's going to spread massively and the car fall to bits. I think I've got to be realistic. Just keep on top of it. It's never going to be a show winner. Tell me what you think. Am I right, am I wrong? It's all very well saying I'd do this, but would you spend the money on it? Right. That may look a bit bodgy, and indeed it is. My stone chip has gone off, so I've quickly thrown some of the yellow paint on because it's 2-pack really hard stuff, or cellulose, whatever it is. So at least it'll protect it for now until I get that sorted properly. Not ideal, but like I say, I think I'm going to readdress this in the better weather. I'll do the other side now. Right, so if you see the other side, you can see the arch is actually complete on this one. Albeit this one's filthy as well. It doesn't look as if it's as bodgy either. It's had a patch there again. So, but what I'm going to do with this side, I'm going to leave it well alone until I get some stone chip. So I'm just going to mount the mud flap and then I'll take them back off when I do it properly, I think. Okay, so the other side I've had to do the same, even though there was a bit of metal left, it was very flimsy. So this fitting the mud flaps has sort of made me discover that there's a bit of work coming up to be done. But anyway, it's on, and I've done the same thing as I did the other side. Put a little bracket under there. It's not going anywhere. Well, my torch has gone flat now. Right, we're back on the wheels, and mud flaps are on. Can't get any further back because the van's in the way. I'm lying under the van. But yeah, there's a close-up of the one side that I can see pretty well. It's really nice and level. I've seen somewhere they're kicking in a bit, and I'm not keen on that. But yeah, that's nice and level with the tyre and the arch and everything. And then the same the other side. You can see how parallel it is with the wheel. I really like that. I'm not keen on the front mud flaps. I have got a set, but he spins quickly round. Look, they're on the back of my van. Yeah, so they're not going on there anytime soon. So she's on all 4 wheels now, and in theory we could get her out and go for a drive, but we're not going to, because then I've got to move the car, the van and whatever. But, and it's bloody soaking wet, but we are now one step closer to getting her out for the summer. I just rolled it back because I'm going to get my bike out. On my diet that I'm on, by the way, lost a stone already, thanks for asking, since January. Yeah, lost a stone in a month. I'm going to get my bike out, and when I go in the van this year, I'm going to take my bike with me, but it's been up there a long time, so this should be fun. Right, got my bike down. Yeah, going to get some new tyres on that. It's been there a while. And they're the original tyres. I had this bike maybe, I don't even want to say, in the 90s. Pantera HL GT all-terrain. It's all aluminium, dead light. But yeah, it's seen better days now. But it'll do for throwing on the back of a camper van. I'm not going to buy anything expensive. But yeah, definitely new tyres. Bit of a tart up. But yeah. Oh dear, right, that's it. I've had enough today. It's absolutely freezing and it's been pouring down. But I've achieved what I wanted. Slightly disappointed with finding a fair bit of rust in the arches and stuff. But like I say, as I'm talking to myself going along thinking, oh, I'll get it patched up and stuff, I'm probably best waiting until I get the back end done and have it all done properly like I did with the wing and the doors. So it's damage limitation for now. I don't want to take the car off the road through the summer because that's really the time that I want to use it. So I think I need to keep on top of it, put some paint on, get some, you know, blacking under the arches or something, just keep on top of it, and then next winter, so I know this seems crazy because it's still winter now, but I suppose if I'd have worked on it more and found this earlier, maybe it would have gone in now. But the thing is, I've got a lot of financial stuff going on that I don't really want to spend too much on the car this year, hence me probably not doing it this year like I said I was gonna. So yeah, I think I'll just put up with it, keep on top of it, don't let it get mental, but don't pick away at it either, and then have it all done properly. That's probably the best plan. So hopefully I should get the boot back soon. He's had it a week now. He's moving premises to a bigger place. He did say he'd try and paint it before he moved, but it's not the end of the world. But again, everything that needs doing now, little bits of bodywork. The door's a bit dodgy on the back passenger side, so any sanding and retouching up of paint I'm going to do, I think, when the weather brightens up, because although it's nice having the garage, it's pretty restrictive doing certain stuff. You can't have the doors wide open and stuff. So yeah, am I disappointed? No, I mean, she's 44 years old this year, and a lot of the metal is original, and you know, it lived in Wales all its life. I suppose it's going to be a bit dodgy here and there. Yeah, we'll keep on top of it. You know what it's like. It's a lot better than it was when we picked it up anyway, isn't it? So that's it really. I'll wind this one up now. I'll catch you on the next one. Don't know what I'll do, but I'll throw something up. Oh, and thank you, those that said Waffle Wednesday was a welcome return. Yeah, it's done really well, that has. Maybe resting it was a good idea, but I won't go mad with them. I think it was just a good topic to discuss really. So anyway, there'll always be something cropping up. I'm going to try and put something up every week if I can now, just to keep this channel ticking over. I left it for too long, so we'll catch you later. Bye bye.